Hi, welcome back to the Installing Inner Game blog. I'm Devin White, and I'm a little sick today, so if I sound kind of funny, that's why. But I didn't want that to keep me from getting back to you. There's been a number of people who have been asking about listening to Installing Inner Game while you sleep. And I've answered it several times, but I think they're in the comments and people are missing it, so I wanted to create an actual video for you and talk about it. Now, when I originally created Installing Inner Game, the intention was for you to listen to it while you're awake and to go into the experience and certainly to sync through different levels of consciousness. That's the way that the music was put in, that's how Kyla designed that, that's the way that the trance was written. Everything that she and I did together was designed to bring you into your body, deep in your awareness, then back up, then back down, then back up, so that you would begin to establish for yourself this idea that consciousness is flexible, and specifically that you can root yourself, you can ground into your default. So it was designed for awareness. The ultimate experience of Installing Inner Game is when you can go through it and listen to it and hear every sentence, and in time process what it is that's being said. So when I say, and there's these moments where you're truly at your best, you have the full recollection of that in your body. You go there and you're in it. And I say, and you know something about this, and you have an even deeper experience of it. Right? And when I say, and there's a moment back, when you were in the womb and you could feel your heartbeat and your mother's heartbeat, boom, 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 that you are able to let go of all of the thoughts and beliefs and patterns and limitations that hold you back from just having the complete experience of what that must have been like. Whether you're faking it or you're really remembering it doesn't really matter, because if your brain goes there all the way, you'll have the experience. So that was the original intention. Now, that being said, we have had a tremendous response from people who are listening to it while they're sleeping. We haven't run double-blind tests and experiments and found out that people are getting 80% results when they listen to it at 7 o'clock and close their eyes and fall asleep at 7:15. It's not like that. What I would say is this is all about your primal instincts. Maybe in the future, when we're doing version 2.6, we'll have a lot of that testing also, and we'll have people wired up to MRIs and electrographs, and they'll be spitting out information, and we'll make it even more exact for you. But for the moment, what I know is that a number of people are having absolutely profound results listening to it and fading in and out of consciousness. So my recommendation is really to do what makes sense for you. Absolutely, when you have some time, make it all the way through while you're awake and aware. If you have to break it up into chunks and listen to one track at a time, the tracked version is now available. It's all about having the experience and certainly doing it awake and aware once in a while. But if what you love is listening to it while you sleep, great. Which is funny for me, because I also get comments from people who are like, I listened to it at bedtime and I couldn't sleep for 10 hours. So everyone gets different mileage out of this stuff. That's the nature of consciousness and the nature of how it works for you personally. And it's all about going and experimenting with it and finding out how it does work for you. One thing that I'll add to that is something that one of truly the greatest geniuses I've ever experienced and been around, a guy named Howard Bloom. He's such a fabulous author. He's written a bunch of books. I think they're bestsellers. And I had the opportunity to interview him a while back. And I'm talking to him, and he doesn't live in a home. He lives in like an information den, I think he calls it, an information nest. And I'm talking to him, and he says an information nest, and I look around, and we're in his bedroom, which has 6 VHS machines and 5 DVD players and cassette players and record players, CDs, I mean anything you can imagine, and just information, stacked records and books and everything. And he's got 2 computers next to his bed, and they both have science podcasts all queued up so that he can be on input all night long while he sleeps. And I said, that's totally awesome. Now, as a maverick of consciousness and a lover of information, does that work? Do you actually learn listening while you sleep? And he says, no, I don't really think so. But it makes me feel like I'm learning. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if you're really getting it. I mean, certainly on your way in, you're still hearing stuff. Your brain is still picking up signals while you're sleeping, so you can encode information even while you sleep. And certainly the stuff that you hear right before you drift off and in is going to make a profound impact, because while you sleep and dream, you take the information that you've learned during the day, and if it's new information and if it's profound, your brain will play it in iterations hundreds of times, over and over and over again. So you'll go on the journey of installing your own inner game over and over, and your brain will run different scenarios, different variations. It'll take you being in the default, and it'll go, let me think of 1,000 other times that happened, and that's all happening while you're dreaming. And it means that you're growing new neural fields. It's like forests of neural fields that are going default, 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 default. Find old memories, bring them in here. Let's find all of the references we have for it and deepen it. Let's dream about being in the default and find out more about what it means to be at your best. And then you wake up the next day, and as you go through life, the things that you notice have a new category to fall into now, going default. Oh, this is such an amazing day. And then you have a category that goes, this is like the default. This is part of the default. Let me increase my awareness of the default. So listening to it before you go to sleep, fantastic. It's just going to help it be really right there and queued up for your dream to run over and over and over and over again through all of the different versions of what you're like when you're in your default. I'm Devin White. I hope that helps with the sleeping question. Keep tuning in and let me know what your comments are. I'll talk to you soon. Be well.